I'd like to tell you a story. Just over 1 year ago, my wife Kirsty and I went out for a nice romantic dinner. For the first time in months, we had a babysitter, and this was a special occasion. It was the 24th of October 2020, my parents' golden wedding anniversary. Due to the pandemic, we couldn't all be together, but Kirsty and I toasted my parents and we shared a nice bottle of red wine. That night, I went to bed, but I couldn't sleep. I lay there looking up at the ceiling. My thoughts were racing. I was thinking about the past 6 months. I was thinking about the uncertain future. A huge storm of thoughts passed through my mind, mostly negative. And then I noticed my breathing. I was struggling to catch my breath. I could feel my heart pounding through my chest, my heart rate abnormally high. The room started spinning and I had absolutely no idea what was going on. I staggered to the bathroom, and by this point, I was afraid. I had no idea, but I was experiencing my first ever panic attack. The anxiety passed, but I didn't sleep much that night, and in that moment, I decided to quit drinking alcohol. So there's no story of me hitting rock bottom, of 4 days of debauchery followed by checking into rehab. Half a bottle of wine over a romantic dinner with my wife was enough to convince me that alcohol was something that I needed to live without. A year prior to this, the idea of quitting alcohol had been planted in my mind.
I used to Google in the middle of the night, am I an alcoholic?
I'd come across a series of inspirational individuals who transformed their lives after they quit drinking.
I have this confidence and this inner strength, partly because I know that giving up alcohol was in many ways the hardest thing I've ever done.
I had the privilege of making a handful of testimonial videos for the organisation 1 Year No Beer, who help people change their relationship with alcohol.
Stopping drinking has changed every single part of my life.
I'm so much more present, I'm more engaged, I'm more interested.
Being exposed to these extraordinary people and helping them tell their stories had a big impact on me. Whilst I had never been a problem drinker, hearing firsthand about how significant these people's lives had become since they stopped drinking was something that was hugely inspiring.
It's just changed my life, and it's changed my kids' lives as well.
My decision to quit drinking alcohol was unplanned. It was made in the moment. It's very easy to say that you're going to stop doing something, but it's much harder to then follow through and actually do it. Over the past year, I have experienced many times where I've felt like having a drink, and when these situations have arisen, I've always gone back to the reason why I decided to quit. My reason why is that I don't want to experience the same level of anxiety that I had that night, and that has always been a strong enough motivator for me. A year ago, I was also deep in training to try and run my personal best for 10 kilometers. I wasn't drinking much anyway, so it just made total sense to stop entirely. In the past, whenever I've been training for anything physical, I've always significantly cut down on the empty calories that alcohol offers. Going one step further to rule it out permanently didn't seem so daunting at all. There have been so many positive things that have happened over the past year as a result of giving up alcohol, but I think one of the main things it's given me is mental clarity. I feel far more focused on what I want to do, I'm clear on my dreams and objectives, and I'm more determined than ever to go after them. If you've ever seen any of my other videos, you'll know that I'm really interested in developing healthier habits. And quitting alcohol has made things much easier to develop and maintain these healthier habits. For instance, getting out of bed in the morning is much easier if there's no alcohol in your system, and then I'm much more likely to take the dog for a walk, go for a run, write, or just make time for myself. I think I've become a more confident person. I'm naturally introverted by nature, but alcohol has always given me more confidence. But this alcohol-induced confidence is bullshit. It's not real. And by taking alcohol out of the equation, there's no crutch to fall back on. And I really like the fact that I now present myself as me, and any confidence which I project is real. I never have a hangover, so weekends are not spent in bed. And I'm never filled with the dread and self-loathing that you have when you're trying to look after your children after a heavy night out. I also feel inspired not to drink, as it sets a good example for my 2 children. They will grow up knowing that their dad doesn't drink alcohol. Why? Because it's much more healthy that way. I've never been a great sleeper. I have trouble getting to sleep, and if I wake in the middle of the night, I then have even more trouble getting back to sleep. But stopping drinking has noticeably improved the quality of the sleep that I do get. These are the main benefits that I've noticed over the past year. but you also have the added health benefits of removing the empty calories that alcohol provides, plus there's a huge financial saving you can make as well. There's also a lot to be said about removing a toxin entirely from your body, and recent evidence shows that there's no safe level of alcohol consumption. Quite frankly, it's something that I'm just really happy to live without. I have noticed, however, that other people are always very interested in why you don't drink. There is a social stigma attached to it, and it's often assumed that you don't drink alcohol because you have a problem with it. And it's very common for people to label you as boring if you're not drinking. But quite frankly, that's just one of the things you have to accept and let your sparkling wit, charm, or personality shine through instead. But for me, that's an acceptable trade-off if it means that I'm not going to experience the crippling anxiety and panic attacks. In all honesty, giving up drinking during the pandemic has probably made things a lot easier than they could have been. I haven't been going out nearly as much, so therefore I've managed to avoid the social pressures. Over the past 12 months, there's been plenty of occasions where I have fancied having a drink, such as birthdays, parties, anniversaries, and in the summer my friend got married and it would have been really nice to have celebrated with him by having a drink. But it's in these moments that I don't forget my reason why I stopped drinking.
For me, the decision to stop drinking wasn't too difficult. It was clear that alcohol wasn't adding anything to my life, and I didn't think I was going to miss it too much. I would love to sit here and say that quitting alcohol has profoundly changed my life, in the same way that it's transformed the lives of the people I met through working with 1 Year No Beer. That's not true. But then I didn't drink a lot of alcohol before I decided to stop. What it has done is made my life easier and incrementally better. I kind of see it as a positive habit that I have, and the more positive habits that I have in life, the more I feel encouraged to find others. Crucially, it has also helped with my anxiety. Since my last alcoholic drink just over a year ago, I haven't experienced a panic attack anywhere near as strong as that. If you found this video useful, then please do think about subscribing to the channel. I am a filmmaker based in Edinburgh, and I make videos about my own experiences with the aim of positively impacting other people. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.